first port of call is Ulzebek.
Back where you first started out.
Yeah, along with my dad.
You okay? You don't look so good.
I think I'm just a little seasick, that's all.
Liar.
Huh?
You heard me. You've never been good at hiding your emotions, Xion.
Excuse me? Just what do you... No. You're right. I'm sorry.
Is it about Alphen?
No. Not just him.
Something you can't talk about?
Rinwell, I'm not like the rest of you.
Of course you are! No, I'm serious. Back when we first met, I think maybe then I did think we were different. But now I know that isn't true. You and I are the same, Xion. We're alike in more ways than you know. If any of us is different, it's me. I'm a Danon who can use magic. I may be the last. My family and I have been living in hiding as long as I can remember.
Everyone has their own pain that can be hard for other people to understand.
I saw the two of you talking and thought you could use a third wheel. So, here I am. Sorry.
If anyone's the odd one out here, it's me. Believe me, you don't want to listen to my problems.
Want me to go?
I didn't say that.
I get that you must have a lot circling around that head of yours. And that's okay. Whatever's worrying you right now, you're allowed to worry about it. And you don't have to talk about it if you don't want to. I know I'm not a Renan like you, or a mage like Rinwell.
I'm not a sovereign, maiden, or lord. I'm just a Danon who used to be a slave.
But regardless of all that, I'm here for you, Xion.
That goes for me too. We all want to be there for you. Me and Hootle and even the boys. I promise. I mean, that is what friends are supposed to do, right?
I said this to Alphen, and now I'll say it to you. You're not alone in this.
Thank you. Rinwell. Kisara.
And right on cue, I think I should make my way back and lie down for a bit. My battle with this ship continues.
Yeah, I better head back too. We wouldn't want the guys thinking they're in charge. Can you imagine Law at the helm? Who knows what kind of trouble we'd get into?
Still, if that's true, then it's all the more reason I have to do this.
I think it's safe to rest here now. All right, something is definitely up with Xion.
Yeah, something big by the looks of it. I've never seen her so serious.
So, do you think we should say something to Alphen then?
I was wondering the same thing myself, but then it occurred to me. Whatever this thing on her mind is, it's probably the last thing in the world she wants people to know about. If she's trying this hard to keep it secret, then it's not really our place to go telling people before she's ready.
Yeah.
There's just no way I could, right? What am I supposed to do?
I sense a poor soul who is in dire need.
Sounds like our cue to step in and...
Seriously? I guess.
What?
All right.
Huh?
You did it!
What is it?
Finally. If only we could have flown with the wind to get here faster.
I'm impressed how well balanced this thing is.
Thanks for waiting. Eat as much as you like.
I sense a poor soul who is in dire need.
Sounds like...
All right?
I guess. Hey.
Is that so? Good. I see.
Ah, Calaglia. Feels like it's been ages.
And wasn't Zephyr with us too?
Dad.
Hey, chin up. This is your hometown.
Everyone around here looks so much happier than they used to.
I'll say. Feels like an entirely different place. I suppose it's had time to adjust to its newfound freedom.
Zephyr would have been so happy to see this.
Yeah, he really would have. Especially if he knew Law was... Law? Something bothering you, Law?
Nah, I'll be fine. It's just, you know.
It still weighs on you, doesn't it? Running away back then.
I abandoned my home. Then when I finally come back, it's been liberated. What's important is that it's free. I get that, I do. I just... I should have been here.
Just one thing after another, and it all falls on my head to...
Hey, Nath.
What? Can't you see I'm... Alphen?
Looks like you have your hands full.
As much as ever. As if I wasn't busy enough putting down the last remnants of Renan rule, I'm up to my ears in Danon disputes. And then, to top it all off, that thing had to come crashing down from out of the sky.
Pretty sure we've heard this somewhere before.
But enough about my problems. What can I help you with?
Yeah, we're looking for an old Renan starship. You wouldn't happen to know any around these parts, would you?
A starship? What do you need one of those for?
To get to Lenegris.
Lenegris? Are you out of your damn mind?
Believe it or not, it wouldn't be the craziest thing we've done recently.
Well, I believe it. Well, either way, I'm afraid I haven't heard anything about a starship.
Then do you have any historical records by chance?
Sure, we've got stacks of old records.
Mind if we take a look at them?
Yeah, okay.
Thanks, Nath.
I read through all of the records, but I only found a single line that might point to what we're looking for. It mentions a rock that shot across the sky and landed past the mountains. The event was recorded just before the first Renan invasion.
And you think that might be the starship?
I don't know. There was nothing else in the records that came even close. It looked like it was someplace called Berg, but maybe I'm reading it wrong.
Berg?
That ring any bells for you?
Yeah, that's one of the biggest volcanoes in Calaglia. I was just there recently, investigating a report of a meteor someone saw.
Another meteor in the same area? Really?
I wonder if it could have been one of those lights that shot out of the wedge.
All the more reason to check it out. Can you tell us how to get there?
The old Zion mine is up that way. One of the veins we abandoned connects to the volcano. Go ahead and use that. But you should be careful.
Huh?
I don't know if it has anything to do with the meteor. But there's a giant Zoogle running riot in there. Never seen anything like it.
A Zoogle, huh?
Well, I turned back as soon as I caught sight of the thing, so I can't tell you much more. Just be real careful if you head out that way. Hmm. All right.
I guess...
Right.
I didn't like the sound of that monster Nath was talking about one bit.
Well, we have to press on. We're going through Zion Mine to Berg Volcano. Let's move.
Everything okay with Hootle, Rinwell? He seems kinda out of spirits.
It must be the heat getting to him. We don't get these kind of temperatures back in Cislodia.
Galaglians born and raised here struggle with it too, so it's no surprise.
Aha! So that's why his plumage is so white. He was born in a winter wonderland.
Actually, Dan and owls absorb the astral energy of whatever land they're raised in. Where they're born doesn't affect their appearance at all. But that's not why he's white. The real reason is that he's still just a baby.
You mean their plumage changes color depending on where they grow up? Weird.
And with all this traveling we've been doing, it wouldn't surprise me if his wings ended up looking like a colorful painting.
I think he suits his snowy complexion. It'll feel strange to see him change.
How awesome would it be if his head and wings were different colors? And his stomach and sides, like a map of our travels! Ow, lay off, will ya? So much for the heat making him docile!
You've only yourself to blame for that one. Hootle takes pride in his appearance, you know.
Fascinating. An appreciation of aesthetic beauty in an owlet so young.
Dohalim, I think you've drawn his attention.
Well... Oof. No.
Looks like we made it here in one piece. What should I fix today?
Wasabi.
Rice!
Ice cream!
Meat!
Caviar!
You guys aren't helping. Done. This is sure to give the others some much-needed energy. All right, it's done. Apologies for the wait, you guys.
That's a lot of fish you've cut up again, Kisara.
That's because I caught so many earlier. If you're going to eat them, it's best to do it while they're still fresh.
Was it difficult slicing up that many fish?
No, I'm used to it. It's no big deal for me at this point.
I know I probably shouldn't be saying this after all the trouble you went through, but I've never really understood the appeal of sashimi.
Oh, I'm sorry, Law. I didn't realize. I only make it because it's an easy way to deal with big catches when I fish.
You haven't done anything wrong, Kisara. Law, if you don't like the flavor, you're always welcome to add some of my spices to it.
Hey, yeah, that might work. I'll just put some of this here.
But here's the thing. That doll was so old, I'm starting to think I just always had it with me from the start. I know that it's extremely unlikely, but after last time we talked, it got me thinking. Maybe you brought the doll that child made with you to Lenegris.
I couldn't be.
Are you saying you didn't? Look, logically speaking, I know it's a lot more likely that you didn't bring it with you than you did. But you can't say for sure you didn't, right? Crazier things have happened. I always thought I'd be alone, only to end up meeting you, and Law, and Rinwell, and Kisara, and Dohalim. Sometimes things happen in life that we never thought possible.
You make a good point. I left everyone and everything I knew behind 300 years ago. But now, I'm not so alone anymore.
Exactly. You crossed all those centuries to find all of us, so...
Why can't a little doll have made the same jump too?
Right? Look, it's up to you to decide if there's any meaning behind all of this. But I choose to think there is.
Yeah, I think so too. There's something beautiful about the whole thing that simply can't be denied.
You go ahead and sleep. I'm going to grab another bite to eat first. Come on, guys. We've got lots to do.
It's quite hot here. The climate feels different from Menancia's.
It's gotten much cooler since leaving town, though.
Does that mean eyes were burning holes in us?
There.
Out of our way!
Rending you apart! Small, but a victory nonetheless.
We have a long way yet to go.
Something feels odd here. Be on your guard.
So we're back in the Zion Mine tunnels. Who would have thought we'd be going through this place again? This is where you and I first fought together.
And also the first time we touched, as I recall.
Wait, really?
Yes, really.
So this path is supposed to take us out to Berg Volcano?
We're not gonna see any lava burst out in front of us or anything, are we?
Don't get so paranoid you let a rock fall on your head, Law. So hot.
Well, yeah. We've reached the inner portion of Berg Volcano.
We need to find that starship. And fast!
Gotta break through!
Stay calm. I shall provide assistance.
No escape! Eternal devastation!
It's a duel of the arts!
Megasonic thrust!
Do it!
Chill!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished! Now! You're mine!
Free! Why can't they just
Do it!
Sion, in an instant! Impact cross!
This should come in handy when crafting weapons.
Let's dispose of the trash.
You picked the wrong fight!
They're surrounding us! Glacial Spear! Pure Evil! Raging Cascade! This one's mine! You have to aim for the bright area on
You're
their back!
mine! Eternal devastation!
Exploit the enemy's weakness.
Illuminate the dark! Glad you have your uses!
You're finished!
The enemy wields arts too.
You'll
In a
soon see
vine,
about that!
I'm ready.
Chill!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished! Now! You're mine! I'm not done!
A charge like that could easily be fatal.
Just as well, I'm here to stop.
Air pressure!
Take this! No escape!
I can carve through armor!
I'm ready!
Astral Energy!
Say no more!
Quite necessary when creating weaponry.
This'll... make us even more formidable. Huh.
Go no further!
Ignite! Here I come!
Raging Cascade!
No escape! Megasonic thrust! I'll
They're
take you
hiding
all
Ziggy's
on!
armor!
Explosive ray!
Far enough! Mega Ray! Back into the
You're mine!
No armor can stop me!
Remind me to stay on your good side.
Hold on to your heart! Here I come!
It's over!
Thanks, Kisara!
Bestow thy mystic mercy.
Vacuum blade!
Raging Cascade!
Let us take to the fray.
Do it! Get toasty!
Burn strike!
I've been doing really great lately.
You can make plants grow instantly? What if we use this for fruits and vegetables?
I'd rather not be our party's fertilizer. Thank you very much.
This will be a delicious piece of cake! This one's mine!
Yours to be laid
Not
free!
in your dreams!
Vacuum
This
blade!
is my judgment, alright? Do it! Showtime!
Vacuum blade!
Lightning orb!
Take this!
Leave the charges
SD
to
airborne
me.
scoundrels.
Sounds like a job for yours truly! Do it! Dohalim!
Light burst forth!
Radiant Genesis! You don't mess around!
No escape!
Certainly not.
Soaring light sphere!
A chain between heaven and earth!
It's over!
A wailing banshee of lightning! Was that a new skill I saw back there?
Indeed. Well, sort of. Actually, it's a family staple harkening back 8 generations.
Maybe you can just write all this down?
Discourteous, aren't you? Take this!
Lunar Corruption!
Try harder!
Far enough!
Lunar Blast!
Strut!
If it curls up, time to get out of the way.
Art Expert coming through! None shall escape my
got
judgment.
flyers.
I've got this! Let a marksman handle it!
This one keeps
Leave the enemy's art to me!
It's almost just milk and place here.
Not today!
Steering
You're
Flame!
mine! Vacuum blade!
Glacial Spear.
Where are you going?
I'm ready!
Kisara, frozen!
Hammer!
Not a chance!
Here I go! Raging Storm! One at a time! Dance in the wind!
Can you take it?
Air thrust! Let's do it! Purge astral energy! Full throttle! Go! We won that by a mile! My face is starting to sting. And my throat feels super parched.
Here, have some water. Just make sure you don't drink too much.
Thanks.
You want some too, Shion? Oh, wait. Maybe you're hungry more than anything.
Little help!
Azure Storm!
Radiant Spear! Lunar Corruption!
Azure Storm!
Lunar Blast! One here!
You require...
Are those rocks skin?
Elusive escape!
No, exploit the enemy's weakness.
Lunar Corruption! 1,000 damage! Period address!
Azure Storm!
I'm ready!
Chill!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
It's weakened.
This ends now!
I know fine weapon material when I see it.
An opponent like this should be easy. As a flame inside me yearns to be let
Not
free!
in your dreams!
Azure Storm!
Raging Storm! Whoa!
I'm ready!
Astral energy!
Say no more!
Got it!
Well done! Rock
Azure
and red!
Storm!
Celestial Hammer! I'm only getting started!
Azure Storm!
Aqua! I'm all stopped up! Hold on to your heart! Here I come!
Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet and... This is the power of the blazing sword!
Go no further!
Ha! Not today!
Gemini Aqua! Here's a charge for Lenegris! Not on my watch! This one's mine!
Tornado, take this!
Air thrust!
Azure Storm!
Exploit the enemy's weakness.
Between heaven and earth!
I shall
I'm ready!
anything
Totally! In an instant! Impact block! We work well together.
like a finely timed
Give
walk.
it a whirl!
Devastation!
Azure
Storm!
Reload! A chain between heaven and earth! Burning strike! Water! Here I come!
On your
Get on there together! Burning water! Hear my call!
strike! Azure Storm!
Now! Astral energy!
Say no more!
Lady Fortune must truly be watching over me.
Flame inside me yearns to be let free! Burn in hell! Azure Storm!
Dance in the wind!
Elusive
Okay, here I go! I'm not done!
Glacial Spear! Where are you going? Thunderblade!
I can carve through
Hold on to your heart. Here I come. Into the shadows. Now, astral energy.
Say no more. Got it.
Well done.
Lunar
corruption.
Azure Storm!
Gemini rock. Do it. Dohalim.
Light burst forth!
Radiant Genesis.
Trapped in darkness, pierced by light.
I call it the Rindo Special.
Guess I misread the landing.
Get lost.
Don't
mind if I do. Searing flame. Reload. Illuminate.
In a vine.
I'm ready. This ends now.
Consider yourself finished.
Excellent technique.
How are your weapons holding up?
Best not to give me any ideas.
As impressive as always.
And here I hoped I was improving.
No, I mean they're even better than ever. I've never seen Sion actually look flustered. Astral energy.
Say no more. Got it.
Well done.
Take this! Azure Storm!
Do it, Law. Demons descend.
Flashing Fang! I'm practically unstoppable.
This bridge will hold itself together, right?
Most definitely. Though... I won't make any promises.
Which one is it?
Right, here goes!
Glacial spear.
Azure Storm for us a pass!
Crossblade. Chain between heaven and earth. Eat dirt. A wailing banshee of lightning. Freeze Lancer.
Raging Lunar Storm!
Go for the weak point.
Try harder! None!
Do it.
Shoot!
This ends now.
Consider yourself finished!
Over so soon? Discourteous, aren't you?
Azure Storm!
Hear my call.
Flame inside me yearns to be let free!
Radiant Storm. Glacial
Azure
spear.
Storm!
Pierce evil. Vanquish darkness. Now, get toasty.
Burn Strike!
Benediction light.
Where are you going?
My turn!
Require a
Take
hand.
this!
Lightning or raging
You must be tired of healing me.
I'm merely doing what I can.
Glad you're on
Do it.
Dohalim.
This ends now.
Consider yourself finished! Now! Here I come! We've turned the tables on him.
There are still more left.
Right! No time to hold back! Come and face me!
Azure Storm!
I'm ready!
Dohalim.
Light burst forth!
Radiant Genesis. You don't mess around.
Not a chance!
Certain.
Astral energy. Full throttle. Go! Thank goodness we won.
Damn it!
This will be a delicious piece of
Azure
cake.
Storm!
Not on my watch.
Begin!
Lunar corruption is world. Banana
Can't get out of this!
now. Annihilation. This ends now.
Consider yourself finished!
All
Not a
disasters
chance!
made one.
No escape!
Come forward.
Azure Storm! The Tempest engulfs you!
It's
Hear
over!
my call.
Not
Now.
today!
Astral energy.
Say no more!
I've been doing really great lately.
Let's see what you've got.
Azure Storm!
I never miss.
I'll smash you!
Photon raging cascade. Burning breath. Glacial chain between heaven and earth. Go for the weak point.
I'm ready!
Wailing. This ends now.
Consider yourself finished. Now, here I come.
The heavens must be smiling.
It's crazy to see rocks melt before our eyes.
Watch where you're going, everyone. If you fall, there will be nothing left of you.
Exactly. So don't try anything funny.
I didn't know you had that sort of trick up your sleeve, Dohalim. I would have figured rocks and plants would be too different for you to handle both.
Not... necessarily. Both of them contain Earth astral energy. Luckily for me, this area is rich not only in fire energy, but Earth as well.
What the hell is that thing?
Probably that monster Nath warned us about, if I had to guess.
Do you think this might have been where one of those lights that shot out of the wedge landed?
But why this location? If the purpose of the wedge is to harvest Dana's astral energy.
We can figure that out later. If that thing gets into town, it's going to cause chaos. We need to take it down and move on. Let's go! This one's tough, but we have no choice.
Let me know if you need healing.
Here it comes! Focus!
On your toes, everyone!
Suddenly turning tail doesn't seem so ridiculous.
Why? Are you scared?
Me? Are you?
Do you even have to ask? Of course I'm scared!
Focus up before we become that thing's lunch.
It's summoning Zoogles?
Take care of them while keeping an eye on it.
Azure Storm!
Burning Strike!
Take this!
Lightning
Can't
Index!
get out of this! Crush! You're finished!
Thunderblade!
Azure
I'm
Storm!
ready!
Captivity!
I never miss! Holy
Amazing.
Land! A chain between heaven and earth! Flame of fury!
Ignite!
A wailing
I'll
dancing
stop
tornado!
its charge!
Thank you, Zara!
Azure
Here's
Storm!
evil! Get on in there with me, Lancer!
You!
You're mine! I'll grind you into dust! It's over!
All bastards made one! Here's a healing art!
Azure Storm!
I don't know what I'd do without you.
I can do this all day!
Perhaps now isn't the time?
I really don't.
It looks like you got this one covered!
On your
Annihilation!
knees.
I'll heal you all!
Take
Healing circle!
Thanks! Thanks, Shion.
Be careful not to overdo it.
I'm sorry. I'll do better.
Dance in the wind! Here! In here!
Azure Storm!
This'll come in handy! Here!
Denied!
I'm not done!
The fluidity of your movements is simply incredible.
There you go! Don't let up!
One's all mine!
I'm out of ammo! Freeze, Lancer! They're surrounding us!
Take this!
Flame!
Ignite!
Reload! None shall escape my judgment. If it's in the sky, it's mine.
Can you take it?
Enter Storm!
Raging storm! Here goes!
A thrilling performance.
No further! Annihilation! Magic is in!
Enter Storm!
Flame of fury! Burning strike!
Now, while it's reeling!
Take it down!
Front! You're finished! You're mine!
Now!
Chill!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished! My
Now!
turn! Chill!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Ready to go! Here come more!
We'll just have to keep fighting. The enemy wields arts too.
Hold on, we'll soon see about that!
Enter Storm! Enter Storm!
Raging storm!
Take this! Burn in hell!
Resonate with you can fight better at a distance. The further away, the better. You frozen?
Hammer!
Not a chance!
Confiscated!
I owe you one! I'm not done! I'm ready!
Astral energy!
Say no more! Got it!
Well done!
No escape! Enter Storm!
On
You're finished!
I'm all stuffed up!
Here I come!
Annihilate!
Enter Storm!
Now!
Instinct shot! I won't lose. Not now, not ever.
Hold on to your arts. Here I come!
Primed
and ready.
mercy.
Thanks for the healing. Watch yourself, okay?
Reinforcements incoming!
You too. Not a problem.
Ignite!
Sleep now. Not on my watch. Here goes! Where are you going?
In a bind?
Enter Storm!
Freezing astral energy! All right.
No escape!
It's
Now you see what I can do!
hard tornado! Magic Freeze Lancer! You get the feeling? Not on
Flame
my
inside
watch.
me! Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
I'll heal you all!
Here I come! Heal! Enter Storm!
Healing circle! Dance in the wind!
Enter Storm!
Radiant here! This'll come in!
I'm not done!
Radiant light!
Ignite!
Here!
Enter
Not on
Storm!
my watch! Hold on to your arms!
You're
Here I
mine!
come!
On your
Now! Lunar blast!
Light burst forth!
Radiant Genesis! You don't mess around!
Certainly not.
Water! Here's my cold! Spread! Where are you going?
You're finished!
Who wants to die next?
Bathed in blood.
Here I come! Enter
Do it!
Storm!
Let's go!
On your bestowed by
Excellent!
mystic mercy.
You're mine! Enter
Do it!
Storm!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
All
Now!
disasters
You're mine!
are
Enter Storm!
Now! Demons descend!
Flashing bang!
Ready to go!
It's about to strike!
Look sharp, everyone!
Everyone all right?
We won't surrender. We won't retreat. Not yet.
Whatever you do, just please stay safe.
How are we supposed to take on something so big?
I'll handle it. Just
Alphen!
watch and learn. That's enough! Go back down! Everyone okay?
Yeah, I think so.
That thing scared the pants off me.
It felt like it had a different aura than other Zeugles, didn't it?
Yeah, it wasn't like the one that Almadria sicked on us either.
Its elemental astral energy variance was out of this world. It was like fighting a lord.
I guess it's safe to assume that if it came out of the wedge, it must have played some part in helping harvest astral energy. But what?
Perhaps a living spirit vessel? It's plausible, given the location. Or it may be part of a new force dispatched to regain control of Dana.
If we assume that monster was one of the 4 beams of light, We must have prevented something from taking place here.
I'd like to think so, knowing how much grief it gave us. But at least with that out of the way, we can keep moving forward now. Let's go.
I've been doing really great lately.
Hey, is that it over there?
I always love the sound of hammers banging away.
Alphen?
Did you remember something?
No, but I have seen this starship before. This is it. This is the ship I traveled in when I escaped from Lenegris.
"3 centuries later, and it's no worse for wear. I'll take a look at the internals."
Damn! I'm amazed it still works at all after all this time.
The past meets the present. I really am from a different time and place.
Yeah, but you've got us now, Alphen.
Not only that, but you've helped out so many people, too.
Law's right. Rinwell too. You're one of us now. No more carrying the weight of history on your shoulders. You're a part of this world.
Right. Thanks, you guys.
How's it look?
It should fly. All internal systems seem to be operating. However, considering how long it's remained inactive, I suspect it will take some time before it's ready for takeoff.
How much time are we talking here?
Starship mechanics are not what I'd call my forte, so I'd rather not hazard a guess.
So we've just got to sit around here and wait? I'm terrible at waiting.
That's because you're a child. Oh, but how about we use this time to prepare and gather supplies for the trip?
Good idea. Who knows when we'll be back from Lenegris once we leave. We should prepare ourselves for every possible scenario before we go.
Let's try not to stay away too long. I'd hate for anything to happen to the place while we're gone.
Either we race ahead, or we take due precaution to ensure we have no regrets. I shall leave it up to you as to how we proceed, Alphen.
Works for me.
It's funny, isn't it?
What is?
All this. When we first started this thing, did you ever imagine we'd be going to Lenegris? After all, this is the sort of thing I was rebelling against when I ran away from home, right?
I'm sure Zephyr would be proud if he knew what his son was doing right now.
And a little shocked, too.
We're defying the order of things that have persisted for 300 years. Deep down, I knew our journey would lead to confronting Lenegris.
Yeah, you maybe, but you're a Renan. The rest of us can barely even picture what it means to leave Dana.
No offense to Xion and Dohalim, but it's worth remembering we're heading into enemy territory.
No offense taken, and this is no picnic for me either.
Remember, our aim is to ensure that both Lenegris and the Renan homeworld leave Dana alone for good. I don't think we'll be able to avoid a fight.
Is there no way we can talk them into leaving us alone?
The people of Lenegris?
Sure. I mean, we found a way to make it work with Xion and Dohalim, right? And it's not just us. If places like Menancia can do it, then why can't we?
Because there are still many of my kind who believe it was right and natural that Rena reigns over Dana. There are those on Lenegris who have never stepped foot on Dana. I doubt whether they'd even listen to Danans.
Look, none of us want to fight. But these are the same people who fired that wedge down on Dana. What happens next is on them.
Right. We're not going to sit back and wait for them to oppress us again.
Right.
Don't forget, there's also a good chance the Red Woman is somewhere on Lenegris. And wherever she is, we should find the Renas Alma, too.
That's right. If we can take it back, then Xion can finally get rid of her thorns. Xion?
Huh? Yeah.
Where? Xion? Where'd Xion go? How could she just go off on her... Xion. Xion! It's your thorns? But why? You okay? Just now, it looked like you used your maiden powers to suppress your thorns. You can really do that?
Stay out of my way.
Wait a second. Are you planning to go alone?
Shut up!
Why would you do this?
I told you to shut up!
I won't let you.
I mean it.
I refuse to let you.
I won't tell you again. Move or I'll shoot.
If that's the case, then go ahead and shoot me!
Do you remember back when I was stabbed? By Rolron?
Yeah. I thought for sure that he had killed you back there.
That wasn't the first time.
Huh?
The first time was when I was only a child. After that, no matter how often, I just couldn't die.
Couldn't die? So you're immortal? How's that even...
I believe you, Xion. But tell me how... How is something like that possible?
My thorns. They're me, but at the same time not. They're part of me. I have no idea why, but my thorns will never let me die. At least not before I'm meant to.
You can't die before your death?
When my thorns free themselves, it will be my death. I've seen it. A darkness that swallows up everything until nothing remains. It's a vision of oblivion I can't escape. I want to believe it's all just a bad dream. But no matter what I tell myself, I know it's not.
Yeah, but you... Wait. The whole reason you needed the Renas Alma was to get rid of your thorns, right?
If I burn away what's inside, then what will happen to the rest of me? Right. Either way you look at it, I'm going to die. But if I am going to die, I figure I can at least take my thorns out with me. That's what I've been after this whole time.
That's why you turned your back on your fellow Renans and chose to fight with us, isn't it? And while we've all been fighting to keep on living, you have been with us fighting desperately to die.
That was the plan. But then I met all of you. And before I knew it, I didn't want to die anymore.
Xion, don't lose hope yet. We'll find a way to save you. There's still time to.
It's pointless.
Why?
Because the darkness won't just consume me. The truth is, it will consume all of existence as well. It was only a suspicion at first, but ever since the Red Woman triggered my maiden powers, I've been more certain than ever before. It was then that I finally came to realize my powers were holding my thorns in check the entire time. But they don't anymore. Not since Lenegris, when the wedge fell. Every day, I feel the thorn's power growing stronger inside of me. Pretty soon, I won't be able to hold them back anymore. And when that happens,
They will consume all existence.
And that's why you wanted to leave by yourself.
You planned to find the Renas Alma on your own and sacrifice yourself to stop the Thorns.
But that's... too much. It's way too much.
When this all began, I didn't care what happened to me or anyone else. And what happened to the Renans or the Danans didn't matter to me at all. I know I have to die, but I don't want to. Not now that I have this. I wish we had never met. Then I wouldn't have to feel this way.
Xion!
Alphen?
Living for the sake of dying is no better than being a slave. How can you endure this?
Alphen.
It's not fair. I don't care what anybody says. I won't let it happen. We can fight this. We'll fight until the end together. Isn't that what you said to me before?
Even if it should mean that it'll be the end of everything else, too?
Xion, what do you want? It's your decision, ultimately. But if you decide not to fight fate, I will. Even if I have to do it alone.
No, you won't be alone. I'll fight as well.
Count me in as well. I want to be a force for good, not hate.
And me too. I meant it with all of my heart when I told you before. Neither of you are alone in this at all.
You guys...
And I, for one, don't believe this venture is without hope.
Huh?
Xion is the descendant of a maiden from 300 years ago. Given the circumstances, it seems very likely that those events have some connection to her thorns. The true nature of which, I imagine we will discover as we make our way to Lenegris and uncover the truth of what's unfolding here.
I take it you mean we might find a way to get rid of her thorns and she'll live?
It's certainly possible. Though I suspect the nature of the Sovereign is connected somehow.
So be it. I've already lost everything I had once. And I won't let it happen again. Xion. No matter what happens from now on, we're right here with you. All of us are. You are not alone.
You guys... You're all so stubborn. Thank you, everyone. For right now, and a little while longer, I just want to hold on to this dream. And most of all, more than anything else, I want to be with all of you. So let's go. On to Lenegris.
The end of the world. It's hard to believe, isn't it?
I believe Xion is telling the truth. What about you?
As a friend, yes, I want to believe her. Everything that's happened seems to point towards some sort of great danger that's lurking ahead of us. Still, It's hard to fathom something that could usher outright doom to the world. That those really are the stakes we face.
No, I understand. Even Shion doesn't seem to know exactly what will happen to bring it all about.
We have so many pieces of the puzzle in our hands, so many clues, yet the complete picture eludes us.
So where do her thorns fit in then?
Well, I imagine they must sit at the very center of it all. You remember the voice we all heard while we were inside the wedge, don't you?
Yeah, I remember. It was the will of Dana's astral energy come to life. Or that's what we all thought.
Right. And from that, we're able to hypothesize how vast concentrations of astral energy can become sentient. Let's return to when we found Shion in Pelagian. When her thorns went wild, they contained far more astral energy than any mere Renin would normally have inside them.
So you think those thorns might be alive too? That their will is what keeps her from dying? But why would they want to destroy the entire world?
As for that, I really cannot say for certain. Its goals still remain a mystery. It may be a mere fluke that her maiden powers have been able to contain it thus far.
You know, I've noticed since we've met that you like figuring out riddles.
Can you blame me? When one realizes that the world they once thought to be true is but a mere facade, they can't help but seek the truth. Especially when that deception has led to others getting hurt.
Dohalim?
I imagine the remaining pieces of the puzzle that we seek rest somewhere within Lenegris. As for what the final picture will look like, who can say? I think it's best we not dwell on it too much for the time being.
Right.
How you holding up?
Who, me?
Yes, you. You took a hit from those thorns again, didn't you?
Oh, that? That was nothing.
Compared to what Shion's going through, you mean? Still, even if you yourself might be willing to endure that kind of pain, that doesn't mean Shion wants to have to see you get hurt by her thorns, you know?
Yeah, I know. I'll be careful.
Shion doesn't know how lucky she is to have you around, you know? Dashing in to save her at the last minute.
Yeah, very funny.
I'm being serious. You went up and held her close like you still had that mask on, and you didn't even bat an eye. She really needed that. That's what I mean when I said you saved her. Just like you did with the rest of us.
I just want for Shion what we all have. The ability to touch someone without the fear of killing them. Those thorns have robbed her of the kind of everyday things we all take for granted. And it's not right.
You can say that again. It may be normal for us, but that doesn't make it any less special or important for her. I hope she gets what she wants. I have my own dreams, but a world without her, where she dies so we can all survive, isn't a world I want to live in.
Agreed. It's like more and more keeps getting taken from her, and I'm done with it. Can't sleep?
After everything we just heard, how could I?
Fair enough.
Shion's had to deal with so much on her own. Even when we were all laughing and celebrating, she just kept quiet and didn't say anything. I thought she was keeping her distance because of her thorns. That it was because she didn't want to hurt anybody by getting too close. I just figured that that was the type of person she was, you know? But it turned out to be none of that. All this time, she felt like she had to die and sacrifice herself for the greater good. But even then, she didn't think she could say anything to us about it.
I know.
She was so alone this entire time. How could I call her a friend and yet be so completely blind to everything she was going through?
I'm sure it made her happy, knowing you were there for her.
You really think so?
Yeah, I do. If she didn't think of us as friends, I don't think she could have ever opened up to us like that. You were a good friend to her before, and you'll be an even better one now.
Yeah, I really hope so. I want to be the best I can for her. When you think about it, we were all alone in our own way. But over time, we've all found ways to let each other into our lives. I hope Shion's able to do that one day too. No, I mean, I hope she's able to do that more. Lots and lots more. I think it'd be really nice if we could all just be there to support each other when it really counts. And forget about our grudges and pain.
Rinwell.
Did you know?
You mean about Shion?
Yeah, I didn't have the slightest idea. I mean, every once in a while I thought something seemed a little off, but I never could have imagined. It's like a completely different world was spinning around me and I couldn't even see it.
You and me both. I mean, I knew something was bothering her, but I could never quite figure out what it was.
You? But you're the one always looking out for her, aren't you?
That's what I thought. But in reality, I didn't understand it all. What I thought was helping and being there for her was actually just driving her into a corner.
At least you figured it out in time, though, right?
I don't think we're out of the woods yet. But yeah, you're right. We brought her back from the edge, and we're going to stop those thorns from taking her, no matter what.
Yeah, with all of us together, there's nothing we can't handle. Shion, the world, we can save everyone. And I mean it when I say we, Alphen.
I know. No lone wolfing it.
Hey, you're the expert on what my dad would say. Do you think he'd pat me on the back or tell me off?
Zephyr, I don't think that he'd have that much to say, to be honest. You're your own man now, Law. And you've already made up your own mind about what you want.
I guess he couldn't say anything even if he wanted to.
Law.
Sorry. I guess those of us amongst the living have enough problems to deal with, don't we? We'll need all our strength to save Shion. I'll probably end up worrying again at some point, but I guess I'll think it over more then. That okay?
Yeah, I think it is. Hey, you doing all right?
I seem to cause nothing but worry. As much as I try to look like I have things under control, everyone still worries about me.
You're not the only one.
Hey, do you remember the first time you said I was your friend?
No? When was that? Sorry, I can't remember.
That's okay. It came so naturally to you, I'm not surprised you forgot. I was different back then. The Danans were not even people to me, and I knew I would always be alone. But in that room with Deadheim, when you called me your friend, it just shattered the wall that I'd built up around me. Because until that moment, I'd only seen you as a means to an end. I thought of you as a way to use the blazing sword, and to obtain the Renas Alma. But after that day, one time became two, and before I knew it, you'd made a habit of calling me and Dohalim your friends. It didn't matter that we were Renans. You cared about us as you would any other people. Then, everyone else started to call me their friend too. To think of me as their friend. Before then, I never even dreamed I could have that. I didn't want to die and lose you all. But I also didn't want to live if it meant you would all die in my place.
Shion.
But then, I realized I'd only really been thinking of myself that entire time. After saying how I felt, and hearing what you all had to say, I finally understood that. Don't worry, it's okay. I'm not planning on dying anymore. I've met too many people along the way who I truly care about to give in now. So I'll fight. For Dana and for myself. I'll fight against my fate to preserve our future. And I'll win, come hell or high water. I don't know how we're going to do it, but I won't let the world end because of me.
It's going to be a long, hard road ahead, Shion. Our fight won't be over until everyone, both Danans and Renans, can finally live in peace. But I swear I'll be there with you until the very end.
Thank you.
Remember what we learned back in Calaglia? There's no wall so high that we can't break it down.
Yeah, I think you may be right about that.
Everyone well rested? Then let's go. We depart for Lenegris.